I want to speak to you indirectly. I want to speak to you directly about a few things that's been pressing on me, and it's really about the power of saying no. Welcome, welcome. It's another show. It's clever. We're here with another clever convo. So I thank you for joining and just following me on this journey. For all my new subscribers, people interested in new content here, we're just going to be talking about this empowerment, self-building, making power moves, ultimately making it happen and navigating through life without any excuses. So in this one, I just want to speak to you directly about the power of saying no. Before I get into that, like I said, if you're new and you rocking with me, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe, hit the bell notification, and we're going to continue the show going on. So the power of saying no. A lot of us, we're just products of our own environment. We grew up in some of us have grew up in blessed situations, two-parent households, maybe single-parent households, but nonetheless, we all come from different backgrounds, and oftentimes, most people have a level of consciousness and good spirit about them. They want to do right. And oftentimes when we're trying to do right, we end up being loyal. Some of us are loyal to a fault. And being loyal to a fault can cause a lot of issues. Like, let's say, let's say you're young in your youth. You started hanging, rolling with some of the cats, we deem as the wrong crowd. Eventually, you'll be guilty by affiliation and association. If they start robbing, shooting, killing, the whole 9 yards, your affiliation, your loyalty will cause you to ultimately go down with them. And so what I want to do is just, paint the paradigm shift is like you can be in a toxic situation, whether it's a relationship, family, friends, and you may not have the strength, the courage to break free from that, and that's going to require a lot of, different works, a lot of assessing where you are in life, accountability, some deliverance is going to cause a major shift in your paradigm to kind of break through and break free of that bondage. But in a nutshell, you got to grow to a space and a place in your life where you're comfortable in saying no. Oftentimes, they say it's a phrase like comparison is the thief of joy, and we compare each other's lives and so forth to a point where we just want to be like somebody, emulate, model the way they do things. But I'm here to show you and tell you that you don't often, or you don't need to just follow someone else's pattern or lifestyle, and especially if you're not trying or knowing the level of effort and the work it takes to get what they got. So the power of saying no is really rooted and stemmed from people pleasing. Okay, so people pleasing will cause you to suffer on so many levels because you're often trying to fill a void inside that was never met. So you're often trying to do whatever it takes to please something, whether you're, in a relationship, the homie, your parents, especially family. When you've grown up in an environment where you felt like a level of control, manipulation, obligation to do what they say, it's kind of hard to break free from that because that's your environment. That's what you know. You're in your hometown or so, and they want you to cross the water and pick up an item or so. You find this consistently being the narrative, and you're like, hey, not only do I not want to do this, I don't have time to do this, I have other priorities and so forth, but that pressure, that obligation to do it causes you to continue to do this because this will bring a level of happiness, joy to them, but inside, you suffering in silence. So when you get to a point where you're not worried about what people, how they, what they're saying, what they feel, and you comfortable and confident in a space where like I have to do what's best for me, you can start breaking free from people's judgments and so forth. So the sooner you can get to a spot where You stop pleasing everybody all the time at the detriment of your peace, the detriment of your sanity, your joy. You will grow. There's so much power in just saying no. Just think about it. Let's keep it real. When somebody tells us no, directly or indirectly, we feel some type of way. That's just kind of what it is. Sooner or later, once we get out of our feelings, we recognize, what? Okay, it is what it is. Some may have legitimate, reasons why they told us no and why we feel some type of way about it. But regardless, the power shift is thrown. Now it's in their ball. Now it's in their court, and they get to control the narrative. And you're feeling some type of way. They gave you the power, and they said, "I'm sorry." They got the power, and now you're feeling some type of way. They done moved on, doing whatever business they have to do in life, and you're still holding to that. They got you stuck because they told you no. So just think about it. They told you no and you're stuck feeling some type of way. They got the power. They got the control. Now flip it on the other end for you. You get to gain your power, your control back just by saying no. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say you got a friend and they don't have a whip. You know what I'm saying? They always kind of hitting you up periodically. Yo, I'll give you a little gas money or so. And then so they give you some gas money. Then the gas money dwindles down. This was especially prominent back in the days, when there was no easy share riding, Lyft, Uber, and all that. Let's say you was with a friend or so, right? This was real prominent back in the days where, you riding out with your homie and, they don't have a whip or something and they hit you up like, hey, can you take me to, either work or to the sneaker store? I want to cop some Yeezys. Yeezys weren't out back then, but you know what I'm saying? It was like the Forces, the J's, or whatever the case may be. That little gas money back then was okay. Then you get to a point where like, hey, I can't keep doing this, but you being loyal, being true, being real, whatever we want to call it, is putting you in the bind because now you don't want to do it. You got other things pressing on you that requires your time and energy and focus. And you just feel a level of obligation and pressure just to like, that's the homie or that's my friend or that's family, whatever, I'm going to do it. But once you say no, and it's even more powerful if you could just say it directly, but however you choose to say it, in what form, fashion, indirectly, no, after a while they will get the hint. And now there's a level of liberty, freedom, because you get to now move in a level of freedom where you're not feeling pressured, awkward, obligated to do something you didn't want to do anyways. Now, I'm not saying you can't be kind and do stuff, but after a while, people will take advantage and take your kindness for weakness once they see that you keep doing things consistently for them. So learn to say no. I'm telling you, it is freeing in so many areas. And there's oftentimes a situation when it's the ones closest to you. I don't care if it's colleagues, spouse, family, like you got to learn to kind of break free sometimes and just say, I can't do it. I'm not going to do it, and be okay, be comfortable. Once you grow and get to a space where you're comfortable in that, where you're not feeling so dependent and obligated and worrying about what the response, the reaction is, then that's when you'll get to a more unified and a growth space in your life where it doesn't even matter. They're going to talk about me regardless, whether I do it or don't do it. So let me at least be in a space where I don't even care what the response and reaction is. I'm doing what's best for me and ultimately focusing on the path and the space where I'm trying to grow. We all should be trying to elevate, step it up, level our game up. And if we feel that there's shackles, chains, things holding us back to getting to where we got to go, we got to cut those ties, that dead weight. And it's tough. It hurts because it be, sometimes, like I said, the ones closest to you that you find that's just bring you down and just lingering on. So learning to cut some of that weight and practice the power of saying no will elevate and improve your life. So if you rocking with me and you enjoyed this content, for more, hit the like button, subscribe, follow, more to come, and learn that power of saying no. Till next time, clever with clever convos. All right?
6 letters is nothing better. Okay, clever.